Hi, this is Quirky Critic, and without wasting time, let's get into the video. Let's talk about Shrek 2001. When fairy tales meet flatulence. Shrek, or as I like to call it, Fairy Tales Gone Wild, is an animated adventure that's part parody, part gross-out comedy, and all kinds of unintentionally hilarious. Directed by Andrew Adamson and Vicky Jensen, this 2001 film flips the script on classic fairy tales and introduces us to a world where ogres have layers, donkeys talk, and princesses kick butt. It's a movie that takes everything you know about fairy tales, dunks it in a mud bath, and sprinkles it with a generous helping of fart jokes. Let's start with our main character, Shrek, voiced by Mike Myers. Shrek is a big green ogre with a heart of gold and breath that could peel paint off walls. Living in a swamp and minding his own business, Shrek is the quintessential grumpy loner who just wants to be left alone. But his peaceful existence is shattered when a bunch of fairy tale creatures invade his swamp, turning his life upside down. Watching Shrek try to deal with his unwanted guests is like watching a hermit suddenly get a surprise visit from the cast of Cirque du Soleil. Then there's Donkey, voiced by Eddie Murphy, who is Shrek's self-appointed best friend. Donkey is a hyperactive chatterbox with a knack for getting into trouble and an affinity for waffles. His constant stream of one-liners and inability to shut up make him the perfect foil for Shrek's gruff demeanor. Their odd couple dynamic is like a buddy cop movie where one cop is a grumpy old man and the other is a sugar-high toddler. The plot of Shrek is as straightforward as a fairy tale, with a few twists thrown in for good measure. Shrek agrees to rescue Princess Fiona, voiced by Cameron Diaz, from a dragon-guarded castle to get his swamp back from the fairy tale squatters. What follows is a journey filled with misadventures, romance, and enough pop culture references to make your head spin. Trying to keep track of all the nods and winks to other movies is like playing a never-ending game of spot the reference. Princess Fiona, who is supposed to be the classic damsel in distress, turns out to be anything but. She's a butt-kicking martial arts expert with a secret that flips the fairy tale script on its head. Fiona's transformation from prim and proper princess to belching, brawling ogre is as amusing as it is absurd. It's like watching Cinderella decide to ditch the glass slipper and join the WWE. The villain of the piece, Lord Farquaad, voiced by John Lithgow, is a tiny tyrant with a Napoleon complex and a penchant for over-the-top villainy. His grandiose plans to marry Fiona and become king are constantly undercut by his ridiculous stature and his obsession with compensating for his height. Watching Farquaad try to be menacing is like watching a Chihuahua try to scare off a Great Dane. It's hilariously ineffective. The animation, while groundbreaking at the time, now has a charmingly dated quality. The characters move with a slightly exaggerated fluidity that makes them look like they're constantly on the verge of breaking into a dance number. The backgrounds, while beautifully rendered, have a static quality that makes the characters look like they're performing in front of a series of elaborate stage sets. The humor in Shrek ranges from clever wordplay to outright toilet jokes. The film's love of bodily functions is evident in scenes like Shrek's infamous mud bath and the numerous fart and burp gags. It's as if the writers decided that if one fart joke is funny, 100 must be hilarious. The film's blend of sophisticated satire and lowbrow humor makes it appealing to both kids and adults, but it also means that you're never more than a few minutes away from a joke about bodily fluids. The soundtrack is another highlight of the film, featuring an eclectic mix of pop songs that are both catchy and hilariously out of place. Smash Mouth's All-Star and I'm a Believer are the film's anthems, providing a peppy backdrop to Shrek's adventures. It's as if the filmmakers decided that nothing says fairy tale like a good dose of late 90s/early 2000s pop rock. One of the most unintentionally funny aspects of Shrek is its relentless mockery of fairy tale conventions. From the parody of Disney's theme parks to the subversion of classic tropes, the film takes great delight in poking fun at the very stories it's based on. The self-aware humor and meta-commentary are like a Monty Python sketch crossed with a bedtime story, resulting in a film that's as irreverent as it is entertaining. Despite all its quirks and unintentional hilarity, Shrek remains a beloved and entertaining film. It's a reminder that fairy tales don't have to be serious or traditional. They can be weird, gross, and utterly ridiculous. So grab your popcorn, suspend your disbelief, and prepare to be whisked away to a world where ogres are heroes, donkeys sing, and true love's kiss might come with a side of garlic breath. After all, in the immortal words of Shrek, better out than in, I always say. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Quirky Critic signing out.